Greetings to you all. My name is Mugani Moyo, a food chemist at SIP based in Nairobi, Kenya. I will present on a study which was conducted in Ghana and Uganda on consumer preference testing of boiled sweet potato using the tricot approach. This work was published in Frontiers in Sustainable Food Systems in February 2021. TRICOT is an acronym which stands for Triadic Comparison of Technologies. It is an approach that has been successfully used in participatory varietal selection in different regions. It employs a crowdsourcing approach where farmers become citizen scientists, assisting researchers in data generation and collection. The approach enables large tasks to be split into small manageable tasks. The planting material is randomized into incomplete blocks of 3 varieties and distributed to many participants over large regions. We adopted the tricot approach for a consumer preference study, also using the randomized incomplete block design. Each consumer analyzed 3 varieties. We also tested the concepts of consumers testing the samples in the comfort of their homes, home testing, versus testing in a centralized location. These pictures were taken in Uganda, and they show the home testing approach that we used. Through coordination with community leaders, participants were gathered at centralized locations, briefed on the study, and taken through the questionnaires. Each household was then given a package containing 3 coded varieties, wrapped separately, and asked to prepare them in their homes, consume, and rank. All members of the household above 18 years of age were eligible to fill in the questionnaires. The research team visited the households the following morning to collect the completed questionnaires. For community testing in Uganda, participants met at a central venue. Local community members prepared the varieties in different coded pots, and each participant received 3 random samples from the lot for testing. We had local translators to assist those who could not read or write. All questionnaires were checked on submission to ensure that participants answered all the questions. This slide shows the number of participants in each country. In Uganda, we worked with 6 varieties in 3 regions. In Ghana, we worked with 21 genotypes in 4 regions. We had more participants in Ghana compared to Uganda to match the high number of genotypes tested. All data was analyzed in R and also using the CLIMO platform. We collaborated with Jacob van Etten and his team at Bioversity International for data analysis. From the genotypes tested in the 2 countries, we managed to identify the most preferred based on the overall favorability scores, where a high positive score in blue is the most preferred and negative scores in the pinkish color are the least preferred. For this analysis, results from home and centralized testing were combined. We also analyzed the home and centralized tasting data separately for each country, where A represents home tasting and B represents centralized testing. And we can see that for both countries, the overall highest ranking genotypes based on the previous slide were also the highest ranking when the data was split. The research tools also allowed the participants to describe each sample in their own terms, and we then conducted a sentiment analysis to identify the most common descriptors. The majority of the sentiments used to describe the genotypes were associated with taste attributes. These results were confirmed using the Kendall rank correlation coefficient. The geographic and gender segmentation were also included in the analysis as variables, and they did not have any effect on the consumer preferences reported. The same also goes for the flesh color of the roots. In conclusion, using the tricot approach, we managed to identify the most preferred varieties in each target community for both countries. To our knowledge, this is the first report where tricot is used in a consumer preference study. Our results show that the tool is highly versatile and should be considered for future consumer studies to complement participatory variety selection by farmers. In this way, varieties that meet farmer expectations for superior agronomic characteristics and consumer expectations for favorable sensory attributes can be identified for release in different regions. Such consolidated efforts have the potential to improve dissemination and adoption rates of newly improved varieties. We would like to acknowledge the CG Research Program on Roots, Tubers, and Bananas for funding this work. Thank you.